Hey guys, Brad and Aaron here from 5 to Go. We just finished our third night in a Class B for the first time.
Yes, we did.
And we have some thoughts. Lots of thoughts, yes.
Thoughts?
But we're going to do a quick tour of this. We did a brief tour with Nick the other day when we picked this up, but we want to show a couple more things and show you guys how we used it, how we slept, what cargo we brought with us, and that sort of stuff. So this is the Coachman Galleria 24A, and the 24 means it's 24 feet. It's a Mercedes chassis. It has a nice big awning. We did have that out the other day. The big sliding door is a powered door, and it has a bunch of windows that pop out. So it was actually quite dry here for Florida. And we had the windows open and the doors open and the bug screens closed a lot. It was beautiful. The main thing with the 24A is that it has like a little desk thing up front, which we'll talk about in a second. And it also has fixed beds. Like none of this moves. This is all just a solid structure, and there's a solid beam down the middle here. But the two beds on the sides do go up and down. Like there's buttons up here. Aaron will hit that one real quick. You see how it goes up. So in the evenings, we were watching stuff on that TV right there, and we had these tilted up a lot with our pillows, and so we could kind of lay here and watch TV. So the big advantage of the A with the fixed beds is this enormous trunk storage area. Now, we obviously did not fill this up because we were borrowing this for 3 nights, but you can see it is huge. This is the table that kind of pieces together to go up front. This is just the bag that the outdoor mat was in, and then those are window shades that we had up front. And then you can see our laundry basket here, because if you want to, Aaron's going to go demonstrate. So right there, there's a little pass-through door. So we put our laundry basket there, and we just pop that door open and chuck the laundry in. And then the only thing that really blocks this big storage area is this big box here. And that's where they have some of the battery system. It's a Lithionics battery.
There are a lot of plugs and USB and USB-C charging areas, and like there's a lot of stuff back here.
There's a lot of electricity in here. So there's a lot of 110 plugs with USB.
Yep.
Those only work when the inverter is on. Even the USB on those only works with the inverter. But there are, actually I'll come around to the front door, or the sliding door, because there's one of these, what they call charging stations right here. So in here it has the normal 12 volt drum plug, and then a USB A and C on this side. So there's one of these here, there's one of those under that TV, and there's one under the other TV. So there's power everywhere. There's outlets everywhere. You're never looking for somewhere to plug stuff in. This is the fixed desk. This is one of the features of the A. So you have this little cabinet thing here and a countertop. This is a 2023. In the 2025, maybe in the 4, we don't know. We've only seen 2023 and 25 here at the show. It has a squared, boxed-in cabinet. So it doesn't have this curvy cabinet, as you can see here. And it has, like, little curvy shelves. So it doesn't have that. It's just square and boxed in. And under the countertop, it has, like, another tray that slides out. You'll see that in another video where we look at a bunch of Class Bs. We'll show that. I like the 2025 version much, much better. For this configuration here. I feel like this curved one kind of missed the mark.
I do like this window, though. It's very nice.
Window's nice. That one does not open.
It doesn't.
The only windows that open on that side are the normal, driver door. And then there's a couple tilt-out windows in the back next to the bed. So I'm going to hand you off to Erin, and she's going to show you where we slept and all that sort of stuff.
Say hi, Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Okay, so this is this is where we live.
The whole thing.
Yeah. The sink over here is very easy to use. It's in a good place. We actually use this for kind of everything. We brushed our teeth. We washed our hands here. We did dishes here. It's a good space. Yeah. We did not cook anything on this trip, but everything's at a good height. It's induction. I think it would be fine. There's room on either side to kind of put things, so that works out well. There is a microwave down here. I think we showed that before. We didn't, like I said, we didn't cook anything or heat anything up. We brought easy to do things. So
And there was food here at the rally.
there was.
Yeah,
so we ate a lot of stuff.
And we had dinner
there.
with Matt last night.
We
so,
did.
yeah.
I would have to investigate a little bit more if we're staying in something longer, like where to put things.
Yeah.
Because that was a little different. There's no storage in the bathroom.
So this felt like a hotel room that moves to me.
Okay.
You know, like when you roll into a hotel room, you pull your stuff out and you just throw it in the closest drawer. Like you don't really spend time like planning.
Right, like where the best
goes.
use for things
we
are.
have toiletries in this cabinet, and we have food up there, food down there. The trash is here.
Yep.
There's bug spray and sunscreen in here.
It's down in here.
Like it's just kind of stuff wherever it ended up. So. Yeah, if we were in this for a longer amount of time, we would have a much more like concrete idea of where stuff made sense to go.
It wasn't bad.
My biggest question, I guess, is toiletries. Like the sink and stuff in that bathroom, they're usable, but I wouldn't use them for like brushing your teeth and all of that stuff. Like this one's right here. It's not a problem. But then I'm not leaving my toothbrush and toothpaste out on the counter in the kitchen. I know you did, but what I'm saying is if we were in this for a longer amount of time, like we were actually cooking in here and you know, I
don't know. It's
a different mindset.
Like I said, if you're watching this, because we don't have a lot of friends that have bees either, and so we didn't have anybody we could ask. Where do you keep toiletries if there isn't a good place in the bathroom? Like I said, we'll get to the bathroom at the end because I'm sure that's what you all want to see.
It takes 3 seconds to see.
I know it does, but it's there's no place in this style bathroom to put those.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah, and we do have. You can go ahead and keep going towards the back. We do have Class A bathroom thoughts.
A bathroom thoughts?
Sorry, Class B bathroom thoughts.
I was very confused.
We have discovered a layout that we think we would like a lot more, that would work for us a lot better. But you'll have to watch the other tour videos from the Ocala RV show to get a better sense of that.
Yes. So I am seated on the bed right now, and this is all of it. This is all of it, and there isn't any more. And this is the largest bee. Going to turn back around.
So one thing that was weird to me, that cabinet on your left right here, I don't know why it opens backwards.
Well, we used it for food stuff.
Yeah.
If you used it for bedroom stuff, I don't know.
But like you can't really stand on the other side. Like it's not as there's like a little tiny square of floor that you can stand in.
Right there.
But if it opened this way, it would make more sense to me.
Okay, maybe. Before we go all the way back there, this is the refrigerator. It's just full of drinks and easy to eat things.
Great size.
It's a good size. It is a good size.
Probably way bigger than we would need in one of these.
It has this little like pop top thingy here, so you can fit your half gallon of milk or a gallon of milk if you needed it.
Yeah.
And then the freezer is a like pull out thing, and this is a half gallon of ice cream that fits in there.
That's a big freezer.
It's a very big freezer, and it was very, very cold.
Yeah.
Brian slept over here with the lighter stuff because he doesn't get hot, or it doesn't get cold. And then I borrowed Ben's fleece blanket so I could sleep here because all we have is king size linens, and that wasn't going to fit back here. This part we had to leave this not covered by stuff. Like we could have, I could have wrapped the sheet around it and had a bigger blanket, and we could have slept next to each other. But there wasn't a good place for Brian's CPAP.
There is a like pass through hole right above where Aaron was laying.
There. Yeah, I'll show you down here.
And I'm assuming this is one of those like, hey, we're CPAP friendly. Here's a hole to pass the hose through for your mask.
This one right here.
I had always heard, and specifically with my model of CPAP, and probably several others, that you're not supposed to have the actual unit above your head. It's supposed to be next to you or lower because of the way the pressure system works. I had never actually tried putting one up higher. So I was like, for the first couple hours of the first night, I had my CPAP up in there with the hose running down to me. I could not sleep. The machine did not work right. The pressure was all wrong. Like everything felt wrong. So now I have confirmation of what I have heard that, when we go into these RVs and they're like, it has a CPAP station where it's a cabinet up above the bed with a hole dropping down, that ain't going to work. It's just, I had to end up putting the CPAP on that center pad.
Yep.
So it was next to us. So it was, at my head level or slightly lower.
Yeah.
And that was really annoying because it's in the way.
His CPAP was like where my Kindle is.
Yeah.
And so I was constantly aware of not rolling over too much to get on any of the cords. I'm sure he was too. And Brian is a bigger person than I am. And this is all the space that there is. And so he had to like kind of roll in place. I mean, I did too. It's a little tight back here, especially when you're used to sleeping in a king size bed.
Yeah. Well, actually, the side to side space wasn't as much of an issue for me. It actually was the length. My feet kept reaching the wall down at the bottom, so I kept having to try and scoot up further. And when I was sleeping, my pillow was all the way up, scrunched up against the back door.
Yeah.
And I'm 6 feet tall.
So here.
So that's pretty much as long as that space is.
Yeah, we opted when we got here. Brian was like, "Hey, can you sleep on this side because all of these cords were here?"
Yep.
And
my feet would have been all over that. It would have been bad.
I sleep curled up all the time, so that wasn't an issue for me. When I did try to like roll over and stretch out, my feet did touch the bottom, but I was scooted down a lot more than you were. Obviously, again, I'm 5'5", he's 6 feet tall. So if you are very tall, this might not be an option for you unless you sleep all scrunched up too.
A lot of people have been asking us. A lot of people on our Discord, 5go.com/Discord, know that we are here this weekend. We've been sharing photos and stuff, and we did a live chat with a few of our Roadrunners the other night when we were just sitting out back. And a lot of them are asking, is this going to be your next rig? No, we could not full-time in a B.
Mm-mm.
However, I could totally, Aaron and I, the two of us, maybe us and the littles, we don't know because we haven't had a pop top yet, but Aaron and I could absolutely do a month or two in one of these, like a big road trip, like a big lap around the country, or, a coast to coast drive, or, something like that, go visit family. Two of us in one of these we could absolutely do for a few weeks, a couple months.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
and I absolutely love the maneuverability and the size of this thing.
Yes.
Even though this is the biggest beat, which actually is kind of encouraging, because if we fit in a smaller one, it would be even better. Because within an hour of picking this up, I had put this in 3 different places that I never would have fit any other RV, and that a friend of ours would be hesitant to put his dually into. But I had no issues. Very easy to drive, very easy to maneuver. Fits in 2 parking spots. It's a little long. But like 2 parking spots at an angle, or if they're like back to back like this, just straight across, not a problem at all. It's not too wide. I know a lot of Class C's. I think a small C we could full time in, just the 2 of us.
We looked at a couple of the B pluses too. You're gonna have to watch some of those videos because we talked about a couple of the B pluses.
Yeah, so make sure you're subscribed and you pay attention to the channel, because we have a lot of content from the show coming up in the next few episodes.
It's not all B's either. So.
It's not all B's. Yeah, don't worry. The B's are cool though. Like you should really, even if you have no intention of ever getting one,
go in them.
They're cool. Like they are worth looking at. Like Aaron and I have said, they're like the laptops of the PC world. They're smaller. They need to make smarter decisions about how you use space.
Right. And
you can pack a lot into them. However, that does make the price increase. So a lot of times people will be like, why is this 24-foot van, $250,000 when you can get a Class A for $150,000? Like, yes, that is a concern, but the versatility of it, I think,
and the smart choices they make to put things in here.
And there's a lot of technology in this thing.
Yes.
I did not worry about power at all.
Yeah.
It is very, very well made for boondocking. Like, we've had no power, no water, no nothing for 3 nights, barely even thinking about it. Like, there's 600 amp hours of lithium in here. You can get up to 1,200.
And how do you charge the battery?
Oh, you just run the engine. In this one, in the diesel.
In this one.
I think in the gas ones, all these Beyonds that were around us, and the Ford gas ones, a lot of them had generators. I don't know if that's required, or...
I think those might have been the ones that didn't have the lithium batteries.
Could be. I honestly don't know, so I don't want to really speak to that.
Yeah.
We'll ask someone, or when we borrow one, we'll figure it out ourselves. But for the diesel one, the Mercedes, you just run the engine. It's a diesel. It's nice and quiet. And it just recharges the battery super, super fast.
Yes.
And there's 3 panels of solar on top.
So we did 2 nights before we recharged, before we turned this on and recharged it. And we had gotten down to like 58% over those 2 nights.
Yep.
And Brian ran it for about an hour and a half yesterday and got us back up to 90.
Yep.
And
Yeah, it's great.
Not a big deal.
And that, like I said, there's 3 solar panels up top, so it did a bunch of recharging on its own. But having built-in generator stuff, it's easy mode. Like, it really is.
Let's show this bathroom.
Okay.
I'm going to give this back to you so I can get in it, and then we'll show how you get in it. Are you going to come in here and show them?
No.
No?
No.
You don't want to take your shoes off. Okay, so this one has, like, tempered glass, kind of like, not what is it called? See-through glass, like frosted glass, which is, it's fine.
It does make a lot of noise going down the road, though.
It does.
The doors.
So this is it in all of its glory with the doors open.
Yeah.
And this is bigger than some of the ones we saw yesterday.
Which is kind of scary.
Yes. I like the idea of these windows because if you're a little claustrophobic, it still lets light in and you're not like completely closed in.
Yep.
But this is enough space. There's enough space in here for me to take a shower. So the toilet paper is in here. I don't know if you can see that. It's in a cover. So you can, we took it out already.
I moved it.
It's up here now. But it does get covered for the shower. This one has a separate shower head, which is actually a kind of nice one.
It is.
Can you still see me if I do this?
Yeah.
So I still have plenty of room in here. I don't like that my feet don't touch the ground. That's a little... Problems. I mean, the tips of my toes will fit, but yeah, it's not a big deal. I thought it was going to be. We did use the toilet, which was fine because middle of the night, have to go to the bathroom. I didn't want to walk to the bathhouse, and it was fine. It's tight quarters. It's not what we're used to. Yep. But it's functional, and Brian was saying, I think this is the same toilet we have in our...
It is. It's the short pedestal version of what we have in our fifth wheel.
So that worked fine. It was comfortable, and it's not an elongated bowl. Yep. It's a nice little round bowl.
So just to jump in real quick,
yes.
I would leave the doors open when I was using the restroom. Like if you were laying in the back, I'd go ahead and open that door. It basically covers the whole hallway. She could never see me or anything, and the doors and windows were all closed. I would just leave this open. There was no reason to close myself in, right? We've been married for almost 19 years. We know how bodily functions work. Like, it's not a big deal, right?
If there's just the two of you in here, then...
Or if you were a solo traveler.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
it's not an issue. You could leave this open to shower also, because there's, like I said, there's a curtain that runs here, and it would just pool here, so you could leave the doors open. I bet if you really wanted to, you could do like a curved shower head or shower curtain rod on the outside, and then just make sure that it comes in on the inside. It would give you some more shoulder room. Maybe, and that would be important for you. I fit fine in here, so
yeah. But yeah, like she said, there are definitely some smaller ones that we saw at the show.
Yes, and some of them you feel like you're going into like an airplane bathroom because they're all closed in and there's nothing.
Yep.
But we found a different bathroom style in these that we liked a lot more. So you have to stay tuned to see what those look like because I have some interesting thoughts on this.
Yeah, should be cool. So that's our first experience with a Class B.
Yeah, not as scary as I thought it was going to be.
Not at all as scary as I thought. Yeah, I was like...
scary is a weird word to use, I guess. It's not as inconvenient as I thought it was
going to be. We were both pretty apprehensive about how a lot of things were going to work.
Yeah.
I did not have the best 3 nights of sleep of my life.
I didn't either.
But I do think a different bed configuration would help immensely with that. And I think, because we're going to borrow several of these, we're going to find some, I think, like a pad that we can bring with us. Or something just to...
I think each time we go out, we'll be like, oh, if we bring this, this will make this better. So
it's one of those things where, if you're like, it's kind of the hotel analogy again, right? Like if you're just in something for a couple nights, you're not going to spend too much time trying to figure out all the nuts and bolts and what makes everything better. But if we're going to do this over and over again, or if you were getting into it for a couple months or even full time, like there are a lot of people at this rally that are full time.
Oh, yeah.
And it's awesome. And
when
they
you
have
peek
stuff
in their
really
rigs,
figured out.
Yeah, there is all kinds of different things that they've done to make it work for them. Yeah. Just like we all do when we have our RVs. We always find the way to make it best.
It's living small, but like even smaller than we've ever done.
Living micro.
Yeah. So again, I would love to take one of these on, a month or two drive.
Yes.
Like I have some scenic trips in my mind that
we haven't done yet. So
a B would be so perfect for.
Because we haven't done them because we only ever had large RVs.
Huge RVs, so
this would open up some different routes for us.
Yeah,
for sure.
So that's that. And don't worry, we're not turning into a Class B channel.
We're not.
We just have a great opportunity, and we've met this great guy, Nick, at Sunshine State RVs, who is enjoying watching us do this.
with all of our children.
Yeah,
so,
and I
or
think
at least
I
two
think
of the three.
hopefully you guys are as well. So it's just it's fun.
Leave us questions down below if you have things that we didn't cover in here that you have always wondered about Class Bs. We're going to be getting into a bunch of them, and
some slightly bigger things.
And if you have tips for us, because you are a Class B owner and have done this before, we would like all of those.
Yeah.
So just send them our way.
Yeah, like are there good bed rolls, good sleeping bags?
Yeah, someone said to get sleeping bags.
What are some good cleaning things? Because it got really dirty in here, but like a full-size vacuum or a full stick broom would be a huge pain in the butt to store. Just stuff like that. What's a good entry mat for these things? Just anything you can think of. We know
nothing.
We know a lot about RVs. We know very little about bees. This is a whole nother ball of wax, and it's kind of fun to discover.
Yeah.
So thanks for coming along and discovering it with us. Yeah. And stay tuned, stay subscribed. We are doing a bunch of stuff, or we already recorded a bunch of stuff at the show over here behind us. That's going to be coming out the next couple episodes. So stay tuned. There's a lot of cool stuff. We saw some really cool stuff over there.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Bye, guys. See you in the next episode.